Hey, what's up, ladies and gentle-tubers? We are ready to paint a lot of stuff now. I've sanded this down. I put on some mineral spirits to get rid of the plasti dip that was on here. And once again, my recommendation is to never even touch your bike with plasti dip. I don't know what the deal is, but it wouldn't come off nice for me. It shredded. It didn't last long at all. I know that's kind of the point, but it's just more of a hassle than it's worth, honestly, in my opinion. I know that some people have better results, but so this is basically what we've done with the rear Drz Fender. Nothing major. I mean, I'm leaving it pretty rough because this is all going to be covered up, but basically that just fits just like that, and voila, we have our fender. So we cut it, it's kind of a natural bend right here, but we cut it all along right here, and then cut it down just on the bottoms here. So you know, if you're interested, that's not an expensive mod. Plastic mods are pretty inexpensive. Let me get the rack and throw it on there, just to give you kind of an idea of how it'll look. I got to put the exhaust on there, obviously, but yeah, so it'll stick out just a little bit, and should make for kind of a cool custom straight rear fender look, and remove a lot of weight. That stock fender is heavy, so this should remove some weight and you know, give it a unique look. So to get this this way, to cut everything down, I basically just used some tin snips and a sander and a grinder, just to kind of, I mean, the grinder was really easy to grind things off. The tin snips kind of got things started or trimmed it down. As you can see, I used the grinder here and then kind of snipped it down, and used tin snips here. So rough edges, and you know, on any project you can do it exactly how you like it. And you know, obviously I cut some corners. I'd rather ride this thing than keep on looking at it and, you know, working on cosmetics. So I want to get this project done quick, but you can see that the cut here doesn't quite match up with the cut there. You know, these things don't really matter all that much to me. I'm just not concerned. I've already done this stuff with the high heat paint. Just obviously real lazy spray job right there. And as for these little nicks on the frame, the silver, I'll probably just get a little silver touch-up pen from from Walmart or an auto parts store or something. Hey guys. Hey. Yeah, these guys are my build helpers. Huh? What's on your nose?
Oh. That's boogers.
Boogers?
Some.
No, it looks like Jello? So the seat's obviously real huge, and there's this big gap right there. However, with the rack actually will stick up right there, and so it won't look so so weird. You know, there is going to be a little gap right there. I'll have to get some spacers, but so, you know, that's not going to look too bad. So I've got everything pretty much removed, and really, you guys, if you're gonna take your bike apart, it's really not that hard to take things apart and then know where they go to put it back together. Something that I'd suggest doing is a lot better job organizing your bolts and nuts and stuff like that. One thing that it was especially intimidating for me, first time I did it on the WR when I was rebuilding that, was the handlebars. All these controls, all this intricate stuff, it seemed like I was going to mess something up if I were to remove that. And realistically, that's just not the case. Now, something that's a little bit different about these handlebars versus the handlebars on the WR is on the WR I replaced the grips with Tusk hand grips. On this one, I want to keep the grips because these are actually trackside heated grips, the premium ones from Cycle Gear. And so even though they're not sponsors, obviously, I want to keep them on this bike because they were kind of pricey, and Mr. Duff Factor put them on. And you know what? They've worked really well for me. So, you know, I don't want to just take a razor blade and slice them off. I want to try my best to preserve these. But everything else is going to come off really easy. Totally self-explanatory. You just undo things right here and pull it off. That one actually broke off when I crashed. This just takes a Phillips head, rather actually a JIS head, but we'll use Phillips on it, and we'll probably replace these with little tiny Allen heads. But really, it's not as complicated as it looks. These are just Allen heads, and so we'll go ahead and remove that, and then we'll try to remove these grips. Now, I'll remove everything, but I won't remove the bars because I need something to pull against when I remove these grips. So hopefully I can remove these grips without slicing stuff. We'll see how it pans out. Sometimes it, you know, doesn't go your way. Sometimes it does, but here we go. So I'll take everything off. Okay guys, so I just wanted to remind you that this side I don't need to worry about the, where did it go? Don't need to worry about the grip because obviously the throttle tube comes off. And you don't have to worry about disassembling this whole thing because this actually slides off. So it actually, you can just slide this whole assembly like that. And then you don't have to worry about undoing the whole thing and pulling it out. So I'm glad that I won't have to be doing the entire grip assembly for this side. Okay guys, so I'm just showing you how I'm doing this without ruining the grip. This was a hard plastic thing down in there, so there was no way to get anything down in there to get contact cleaner in there the way that you would get it out with normal grips. However, hit it with a heat gun for long enough, just on the metal right here, heated up this whole bar right here. Got gloves on, obviously. And now I'm just holding onto this thing and just twisting back and forth. All the heat gun did was break up that glue and kind of loosen things up. There we go. It's really getting loose now. There we go. So I can clean that out, and now I've got a naked bar, and I can basically take this thing off. So that's what I'll do. All right, so there I have taken off the bars. Man, doesn't it look like sad and naked without a handlebar? It almost becomes like not a motorcycle. But we'll get that fixed up. So I'm going to install the Tusk Chub bar here with the universal big bar clamp kit. Oh no, we got the Tusk Chub bars on. Put them on nice and easy. I think these are actually backwards from the way they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be in tighter, but I did them wide. I don't know if that's gonna bite me later. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, so we basically just slid on the throttle tube, got everything just kind of wiggly back on, and then this, I'm gonna just crank that back on there. And yeah, then we've got Tusk Chub bars, no more crossbar. That's kind of nice. These are just slightly lower, even with these kind of risers. So that's that though. It's coming together nicely. We're gonna put this grip back on. I'm gonna spray this with hairspray and then just ease it on up. You know how that goes. Aussie hairspray. Aussie. Do you guys actually have this in Australia? That'd be funny if you didn't, and then it would be like Chinese food in America. That has nothing to do with actual like Chinese food. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So hairspray is like a lubricant in the beginning, and then it gets sticky. Oh man, I already have a blister from taking this grip off. Oh! Oh! There you go.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Yeah, work it. Work. Look at that. Look at that action. It's like you've... Never mind. There we go. All right, there we go. Grip on. Now, oh, that hurts. Yeah, I know.
Yesterday.
I've got calluses. We're hardcore. All right, guys. So I'm back. It's late afternoon. I had to go help somebody move. I got the handlebars installed. They're looking pretty dang good. I really like the look of them. I've got the Tusk big bar adapters right here on both sides, and then these are what I already had on there. The Tusk handguards, D-Flex, super cool stuff. I found that the easiest way to install these is to, you know, there's hardware right here. It's easiest to kind of thread that through there. You know, start screwing it in because there's a little bolt, a little nut on this side. You screw that in and then you insert it in, and you might want to tap it in a little bit, but make sure that the whole thing is assembled before you start tapping it in, because that thing can get caught in there. So I got that going on, and then I came over here, and you can still loosen this bolt. You don't tighten it yet, you leave it loose. And I came over here to this side and then kind of started working with this, getting it right. Took this has been beat up quite a lot, had to take it over to the vise over there and bend it a little bit. just back into shape, and then basically just put it right back on there, and it works great. Overall, super solid. Really excited to have this new handlebar. Gives it a nice look, cleans it up a lot without the crossbar there, and then I'm gonna have my ram mount right in the middle, because that's gonna act as my speedometer and everything coming up here. So yeah, that's what's going on. Let's look over some of this other stuff. We've got the tank here, freshly repainted. Prep for this, really, it already had truck bed liner on it. I pressure washed it. I'm not sure that did a whole lot, but basically just sprayed it over. Just sprayed it again. It's doing fine. Painted these again with truck bed liner. It could come off eventually. Painted the back rack, the rear rack with truck bed liner. Repainted the exhaust guard. Repainted the exhaust. And over here we have, this is the new color of the some of the highlights, so there you have it. Alright you guys, I just got the Lexx Exhaust buttoned on. This thing's starting to look like a beast of a motorcycle again. So the Lexx Exhaust was pretty straightforward and simple to install. Basically you just put some RTV sealant on the inside of the collar there, and slip on the mid pipe, which is this part right here, then put some RTV sealant on there, slip on the silencer, and then basically bolted on with the spacers on the outside like that. They clamp together. This is significantly less weight than the stock exhaust. Anyway, yeah, it looks great. Can't wait to hear how it sounds. One thing that I've got to do is these two bolts snapped when I crashed, and my friend Shan's got a plan to basically weld out and then make weld on some bolts, and then we can pull those out, you know, undo them. And then we can put on the Drz rear fender and basically button things up. And then the only thing left to do will be the electrical and the headlight. So, alright you guys, so we have been hard at work. Well, not we, I. I've been hard at work. I've put on the huge Outback Motortek skid plate. Looks beautiful. The Outback Motortek crash bars. I've just kind of started the Tusk rear racks here. Obviously I don't have those bolted in or anything, because what we've got to do is we've got to get these broken screws out first. So once we pull out those broken bolts, we're ready to go to put on the Drz rear fender, put those back down, put on the stock rear rack, which has now been painted black, and should look pretty awesome back there. And then wrap the rest of the bar around for the rear racks. Also, we got the Lexx Exhaust put on. That thing looks beautiful. Tusk panniers ready to go. Anything else? We've got the Tusk foot pegs on there. Those were already on there. We've repainted the tank. The tank's looking great. The new bars, the new Tusk Chub bar looks really, really good on there. I was able to reuse the Tusk D-Flex handguards that were on it before, and then we'll be working on the light, even though I had some mishaps there, but with bending a bracket that was actually made out of a ruler. So I might need to reinforce that with some bigger aluminum bits. But I've got new fork boots on the way, and I possibly will be getting new tires. I either want to get like some D606s, but they're a little bit pricey, maybe some Kenda big blocks. We'll see what's going on. But oh, and then the color, in case I didn't put it early in the video, this isn't blood, it's RTV. Yeah, that'll be the new color. So it's a little lighter than it was before, however, still pretty good looking. So that'll be on there, and most likely I'm going to put some graphics on here. So we'll see. I've still got to put on the Typhoon brake rotor. I completely forgot about that today. So that'll be installed during the next part of the build, because I'll have to take off the front forks anyway, and I might as well just make it really easy to put on there. My garage is a total mess. Holy moly. Anyway guys, that's about it. Been hard at work, and should be looking really good soon. De-California'd. Awesome. So I'm pooped. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of the KLR 650 rebuild, makeover. I decided not to go with the 685 kit, but I do have a really cool guy named Alex sending me a fork brace in exchange for some goodies, so should be awesome. So I'm excited, guys. What can I say? This is going to be a serious adventure machine. I've got an idea of what I'm going to do for wind protection, but yeah, I'll show you that later. Anyway, guys, much love to you. eveRide out.